If you're a Pro Club striker looking for a new build, then continue watching this video because we're going to be going over one of the most complete striker builds in FIFA 23 Pro Clubs, which is actually based off of Ronaldo Nazário, aka R9. He's got a few other nicknames: Fenomeno, the real Ronaldo, the original Ronaldo, the Brazilian Ronaldo. Go ahead and check out the gameplay of me using this build. Let's go. Let's go. RBXL. He just got sent to the shop with that scoop turn.
Yeah.
I'm all over it.
What?
Get it.
Oh, that's nice. Oh my gosh. Oh.
He didn't even switch that defender. Crossed. There we go.
Destroy.
Oh, I was.
Go, go. Get in there. Bang, baby.
Oh, wow.
Let's go.
Nice.
Get in there, boy. Ooh. The back heel.
Come on, Rich. Okay, I was like, do I really have to call for this?
Ooh, the scoop pass to you. Watch this.
With the blunt. Do we even have her on this formation?
Money.
Oh!
So in those highlights, you can see what this R9 build is capable of. And if you played Ultimate Team over the years, you'll know that R9 is one of the best cards in the game. He's usually one of the most expensive throughout the entire year, especially because he has the 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot, which is very overpowered. And that's what I have on this build. And I tried my best to imitate his icon cards. This build is listed as a striker, and I was honestly thinking about putting it as like a left mid or right mid, because I really do think this is like one of the best positions. Even if you want to play striker, it's very good there. The only real downside is the composure, and that's like the main reason. You can't adjust the composure stat anywhere on the skill tree, which I think is kind of weird. It's just true to the position. No matter like what level you are, if you're a striker, I think you'll always have, I think it is 89 composure, and like left mid, right mids, I believe have like 83 composure. And Ronaldo's cards, they all have very high composure, so that's one reason. And then I also just don't have a ton of actual striker builds on my channel, so I just wanted to make another striker build. And all of his cards are listed as a striker, so I went for it. But the one like downside I would say as a striker is the dribbling isn't as good as I'd like it to be, like specifically the agility. You really can't get the agility crazy high on a striker unless you go a lot smaller. But this build's like only 6 foot, not crazy big, and we have this agility maxed out, but it's like 85 I think is the highest you can possibly do it at this height and weight. So 6 foot for the height. He's listed at 6 foot exactly, so that's easy. And then 174 for the weight. Honestly, his body type is pretty chunky and he's kind of stocky a bit, so that's why I went 174. If you go higher, you get a little bit stockier, but I feel like the stats are best in this 152, 174 range. You can also go 152, but that will make your body slimmer. Like you'll have a leaner body type, which won't fit R9 as well. So I think 174 is the best for his body type. And then he is right-footed for the preferred foot. Let's take a look at the perks. These first 2 perks on this Ronaldo build, I would highly suggest keeping them on the build. I think they're the most important. Active first touch is basically to increase the overall pace a little bit more in certain situations. When run onto a through ball or when you first receive the ball, it'll kick in for a little bit and it'll boost the pace up more. Our build isn't as fast as his cards. It's pretty close, but the acceleration just can't get it that high. It's completely maxed, but it's still not as fast. So you definitely need this for the extra boost in pace. It will also increase the ball control, which is very nice. The next one is skill dribbler, and this is just to increase the dribbling attribute more. Like I said, his dribbling, especially when it comes to the agility, isn't great. I don't know if the skill dribbler actually increases the agility. I've seen like a Google Doc link where it shows like what all the perks actually upgrade, and apparently like skill dribbler on that Google Doc, it says it like upgrades the agility a lot and like a bunch of other stats, like crazy stat upgrades, which I'm not too sure if that's actually true. Let me know y'all's opinions in the comments if you've seen that Google Doc. link. I'll put it in the description if y'all want to look at it, but again, I'm not too sure if it is accurate. Apparently it upgrades the agility, but I really don't think it does. I'm pretty sure it just only upgrades the dribbling attribute, which is what we're going for, and it'll basically max out the dribbling to 99 and make it feel a bit better on the ball. So I really suggest keeping these two perks, and it just fits a R9 build because he is amazing at dribbling, and then it'll help with your 5-star skills as well. The third perk is one you could switch out. The shooting stats are already very, very good on the skill tree. This will basically just max out the shooting stats in the box at like 99, and you'll be absolutely clinical in the box, but you don't necessarily need it. You could go distant shooter if you prefer that. You could do a passing perk, tireless runner if you don't want to run out of stamina. If you want to make the build even more physical, it's already pretty good when it comes to strength and jumping, but you can make it even better with physical strength. If you like first time shot, you could do that. Like, you have some options with this third perk, but I was mostly just using poacher to max out the shooting stats in the box. So you have some freedom with the third perk slot, but these are the 3 perks that I liked the best on this build. Let's take a look at the skill tree. So the R9 card that I looked at mostly when making this build in pro clubs is actually his 94 rated mid card that he has, and a lot of the stats are pretty similar. He has good physicals. On most of his cards I saw he had like mid to high 80s in strength, so we have 85 strength, and then his jumping is like mid to low 80s mostly. So I decided to just go for 80 jumping, and as I said, the physical strength perk could actually be a good option on this build if you wanted to take off poacher just to upgrade the physicals more, upgrade the jumping and strength a bit higher, and you can be more of a beast. But make sure to get the second parts right here for the 92 reactions, and that's it on the physical page. Let's head over to dribbling. As I already said, Ronaldo has 5-star skills, but if you aren't much of a skiller and you don't use 5-star skills, there's no point of having it. Take it off. You can save these 5 skill points and put those skill points somewhere else on the build, anywhere you'd like. But for the people that want the 5-star skills, you're going to go down to the Maestro archetype and make sure you max out the agility, and that's the highest we can get it at 85, unfortunately. But looking at that 94 rated card, it's actually the card that has the lowest agility. It's only at 87, so it's only 2 more than ours, but we really can't do anything about it because this is the max. And then we actually have 1 more balance. He has 81 balance compared to our 82. His ball control and dribbling is higher, but remember, we have skill dribbler, which will upgrade the dribbling attribute more, and then the active first touch perk says it will upgrade the ball control. So both of those attributes are actually a lot higher than what you see on the skill tree. Let's now move on to the passing page, where I did go for some upgrades, and I mostly wanted to upgrade the curve a good amount because on that 94 rated card, he has 84 curve. So what you're going to do on the left is get this vision and crossing. For only 3 skill points, you get +5 upgrades. And then you're going to go straight down and get these curve upgrades, and we're going to get 85 curve on the build, so 1 more curve than his 94 rated card. It will help for passes, but it'll also help a lot for going for finesse shots and like outside the foot shots. It'll add more bend and curve to your shots. And then on the right side, I went for some long passing, short passing, and then some more vision to get the vision to 80. So the passing is really not too bad for a striker build. Let's head over to shooting. Over here, I had to go for the 5-star weak foot on this build, so I decided to go down to the sniper archetype, max out the shot power. We also got some free kick accuracy and penalty upgrades. And then on the right, you're going to get all the stuff that you see here. And then with the last 4 skill points, these little second sections, I decided to put them on volleys to get +6 volleys to get it to 93. But you could also, the other option is to put it on this third one, and you'll get +4 volleys and then +4 heading. The only reason I didn't do that is because his heading isn't that high. I believe the 87 heading that we already have right here is better than all of his cards, so that's why I just upgraded the volleys instead. But that is another option if you want to upgrade the heading more. But remember, if you use the poacher perk on this build like I did, basically all these shooting stats inside the box will be 99. Like the shot power will be 99, the finishing will upgrade to 99 basically, as well as the volleys and even the heading, which is pretty cool. This build is absolutely clinical in front of the goal. I decided to go for the max pace. Like I said, this striker build isn't as fast as his cards on Ultimate Team. That 94 rated card I'm looking at has 94 acceleration and 93 sprint speed. With max pace, we can only get 89 acceleration. It's kind of a bummer, but that's also why I have active first touch on this build to increase the pace more in certain situations. So the acceleration and sprint speed is actually a little bit higher when the active first touch kicks in. So that's going to wrap up this build video for R9. I had a lot of success using this build. Let me know in the comments if you give this build a try and how you liked it. I'd love to hear that. Hit that like button on this video for me, and then hit that subscribe button on my channel if you haven't already subbed. Stay tuned to the channel for a lot more Pro Clubs content. And as always, y'all have a great rest of y'all's day. Peace out.